guys, I hope all is well with you. I hope you guys are doing okay. So I am literally racing against time because God gave me this minute and it is dark outside, so please bear with me. So the word today is, are you misdiagnosed? And the story behind that is that a lot of you guys don't know this about me, but in 2013 I was diagnosed with depression. I spoke to a therapist and she diagnosed me with it. And so when I entered into my adult years, I was trying so hard to find a cure. I downloaded ebooks on how to cure myself from depression. I looked at videos. I tried speaking to people. Like, I was just trying so hard to cure myself from this thing. So then when I started my walk with God in 2019, I was cured from depression. But the problem was I still was dealing with my other issues. I still had a gluttony issue. I still had low self-esteem. I still had a vanity problem. And then in 2020, God revealed to me that depression was a problem, but it wasn't the problem. It was a problem, but it wasn't the problem. And he explained it to me like, listen, Brianna, yes, depression was something that you dealt with for your entire life, but it wasn't the root of your problem. God explained to me that the root of my problem was rejection. And a lot of you guys, if you look at my How I Overcame Depression story, I dealt with bullying from elementary school all the way up into high school. So we are constantly being told, you're not pretty enough, we don't want to hang out with you, you're da-da-da-da, when people are objecting, like, we don't like you. Like, when they're telling you, like, hey, there's just something about you that's just off to us, like, that affected me. And here I was trying to battle depression, trying to overcome this thing, thinking this is the thing, when all along rejection was the problem. So when I was misdiagnosed, they didn't tell me rejection was my problem. They told me depression was my problem. And so with what I do for a living, when I speak to clients, I tell them, listen, you didn't become anxious out of nowhere. Something happened. Something traumatic happened in your life that resulted this. It could be rejection. It could be comparison. It could be different things. But the wonderful thing about God is that that's revelation that God can give you. Because bless these therapists' heart. There are so many amazing therapists in this world, but spiritually sometimes they don't really know. And it's okay. And the beautiful thing about God is that God has been with you your entire life. God saw every single thing that happened to you, and God knew when the problem started. But he would tell you when the problem would end. He would tell you what it is, and then he would tell you how to address it and how to heal from it. So you have to ask yourself, is this my problem? Is this truly the thing that is keeping me up at night, or is it something deeper? And I'm just so glad that God gave me personally that revelation, because it set me free. So now I can teach people and I help people, like, hey, if God can do it for me, God can do it for you. And this thing is so powerful. I remember I was sharing my testimony with a young woman. I was a part of this Christian group, and she was expressing how she just felt suicidal and just nothing no one could say can help her. So all I did was just share my testimony. I shared how I used to deal with gluttony, low self-esteem, insecurity, so many things, and then God helped me. And then she was like, you know what, thank you. Thank you, because everything you said is something I'm dealing with. So it starts with you identifying what the problem is. So when God heals you, now you're able to share your testimony with the next person, someone who truly needs to hear that. Because we all know that whenever God does something in your life, it's not meant for you to keep it. It's meant for you to minister to the next person. So I'm going to ask you this one more time. Have you been misdiagnosed? Maybe you need to ask God, God, what is this? Why am I struggling so hard in this area? Why can't I catch a break? Why is there no breakthrough? Why do I feel stuck? that is something that you really need to press into the presence of God for, and just really get that revelation from him, because he's seen everything that happened in your life. So go to God. God is the answer to your problem. God will heal you. God will show you what it truly is. And he just wants to set you free from it. Because if you keep giving God your symptoms, you're still going to be dealing with other things. And the main problem will still be there. So be brave enough to give God the root. But when you give God the root, you have to be comfortable in your new normal. Your new normal is, okay, I'm no longer bound. I'm no longer imprisoned. I'm set free. Oh my goodness. You have to get used to your new normal, because it's a beautiful thing when God sets you free from things that kept you bound. And for me, I was bound for years. And it's crazy how a spirit, and it was a spirit of rejection. A spirit can have you bound, because I was bedbound for years. I was so afraid to go places because I thought people would judge me. People would laugh at me. I was so afraid of the world. I was afraid of people, all because of this spirit. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kevin, but he talked about how there was this woman that he worked with, and she was such a talented young woman, but they just didn't know why she didn't expand, why she didn't do certain things in her career. It was like she was stuck. And then he had a dream, and it was her house. And her house had this like mucus, diarrhea type of stuff on her walls, and it was like this small M&M looking creature. And every time this creature would look at her, she would get depressed. And God was revealing to him in that dream that she was dealing with a spirit. And this spirit was controlling her in the natural. So, and that what happened with me. This spirit of rejection, it manifested in the natural. And when it was controlling everything that I was doing in the natural. So, these are things that you have to deal with ASAP. Ask God, God, what is this? What is it that I'm truly dealing with, so you can heal me, so I can move forward in life? So I'm going to leave my email down below. I'm going to leave my Instagram. If you guys need someone to talk to, if you want to express to me your concerns, I can help you. You know, that's what I'm here for. But, you know, I highly suggest that you go to God and ask God for help, because he knows. He is omnipotent, omnipresent. He's seen everything. So allow God to help you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Be safe.